Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Jay, this is Mike, and Stan bringing you the season 4 premiere of True Blood. I said True Blood. No, it's not. It's Walking Dead. So, season 4 premieres yesterday. So, it picks up kind of after the end of season 3, if you guys remember. Rick starts coming back and getting back to his normal self. He doesn't want to be like the hard ass he was pretty much throughout season 3, and his son he's not a hard ass anymore. At the end of season 3, he was like all shitty and stuff, and now he's like, oh, you got to do what got to be done. And now he's like, I love you, Daddy. It's all back to normal now. But this episode really deals with it's I guess the philosophical question of Rick. You know, he meets this woman in the wilds, and she's her husband had been bitten at one point, and she wants to become a zombie to be with him. And Rick's telling her, don't do this. You can come back from how far out you've gone. Yeah. And he watched. It's still, so it's more philosophical. There is action in it. There's a really good action scene.
Yeah, I think the whole point of that, and they get around to that at the end, but I think the whole point of that was to show like Rick was like, I was almost like that.
Yeah.
Like, if something happened, I could become that bad off. And what, I can't remember the guy's name. The dude from the old man from the farmhouse.
I don't know his name. Farmman.
Farmman. He was like, no, never. He's like, it never has to be that bad. And I think the whole point of this episode was wrapped around that. It was just like Rick being like, okay. He finally realized the difference between how crazy he was and how he normally is. And
yeah,
it's like, we're going to get Rick back to normal real quick so we can finish the season.
That's how it is. Well, I mean, that's how he was in the first season. So he's basically feeling Rick is going back to where, I can help people and still maintain my dignity and integrity, and I don't have to cross that line like the governor did and become this vicious killer, do everything at all costs to make sure I survive and do my own people. Like, it's not my people now like he was earlier. It's more like, I'm going to try as help as many as I can, as long as I answer 3 fucking questions.
It was excellent writing, by the way, how they did that. He was like, I got 3 questions I got to ask.
Yeah.
And she's like, the whole time, she's like, what are the 3 questions?
Yeah.
She was all worried about it. And then at the end, like right when she dies, it was like, she's dying, and he's like, how many people have you killed? And why did you kill them? Because like she killed herself. So, I mean, that was cool writing, how they did that.
What was your 3 questions be?
My 3 questions?
Yeah.
Like, are you hot? Are you hot? And do you have food? I don't know.
It's like, how old are you? Are you married? And do you oppose fellatio? So,
Not her, though.
No, yeah, she was kind of ganky, but
yeah,
I would
clear up, give her a steak. You never know what
and
she's
then
look like.
A steak.
Yeah.
She was going after a boar in the forest. Badass. So, no, but the other thing that this episode dealt with, apparently they had this pig and it dies. It's sick for some reason and it falls over dead. And at the end of this episode, spoiler alert if you haven't seen this episode, which you should have seen it by now. I mean, don't keep it on your DVR now. But at the end of the episode, this kid with glasses goes to take a shower, and he's been sick all day, and he goes in and he drops in and got blood coming out of his mouth, and he's dead, and he opens his eyes, and he's a zombie. And that's how the episode ended. So apparently there's some kind of airborne contagion going on now that they are getting sick of. I thought maybe he'd eaten some meat that was bad or something.
He did eat that meat. I mean, I don't know if there was any significance to Daryl. They're like, that was nasty. He was like, what a dickhead. He was like, I like to shake the hand of the man that got this deer. And I don't know, maybe the deer was infected. I have no idea. But everybody else would have been sick.
Yeah, I think it was, maybe it's because the pig died for no reason.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something in the dirt or something there. I don't know.
Daryl looks so weird, dude. Daryl looks like, he's just so emo looking. Like, he's a badass. Like, I love his character.
You're right. Daryl does look a little emo-ish, but he's a badass emo, which is it's kind of hard to say.
Tyler in Lord of the Rings.
I never thought I would say there's a badass emo somewhere. There actually is, because most emos you just want to beat the shit out of. It's like, stop fucking being so stupid.
It's like a biker, like badass look or whatever. But his character's hilarious. Like I said, when that kid's like, I just want to shake the hand of the man who got the series. Like, oh, he's like, I'll shake your hand.
Well, that's actually the whole thing with Daryl though is Daryl's actually he's changed a lot. He's one of the more interesting characters for what he was in season 1, which kind of like he was kind of an inept character. He was there, but he wasn't there. Now he's kind of more like the forefront. And he's I think he's almost like what Rick used to be, and now Rick's going back because Rick got more like Daryl's brother.
Yeah, well, that's good too because you get tired of it. We're in the 4th season now, and it's like, oh, Rick's the leader, Rick's the leader, Rick's the leader, Rick's the leader, Rick's shit, Rick's been through this, Rick's been through this. And you got Daryl's thing now, and like he's just while Rick's like transforming himself, it's okay. Like I hope they do focus a little bit more on Daryl.
I liked how they've done a lot. Daryl and Rick's got a lot of character depth in it, and I like that a lot. And then when speaking of Daryl, there was a really good scene that happened in the episode where they went to the grocery or the Big Lots or something. That's where you got to go to get your supplies. They went
Spot.
They went to the Big Lots or Big Spot, whatever you can't call it, Big Lots. But they went there to get groceries and supplies, and this big action scene. These fucking zombies are on top of the roof. They collapse after this new character that's introduced, this former army medic. I guess he has a booze problem because he's picking out the wine. Like, he was really selecting it.
Yeah.
You know, you've not had it for a while. Just fucking take whatever's on the shelf and drink it.
That's what I was saying. He was walking past of it. I was like, I'll be getting some of them
Yeah,
bottles.
he did. He was
know?
like, I don't know, Chardonnay. I don't
I was like, it's free.
Is this a white wine mood or a red wine mood? I don't know. But then it falls on top of him, and then all of a sudden the zombies here, and they start collapsing to the roof, and like it was gross. Like they were hanging by their intestines off the
Badass
rafters. It was awesome.
When
Yeah.
they fall and they like splatter. I mean, I just wonder how soft are they to like splatter when they hit? Because it's not that big of a fall. Like if you fall, you're like, ah,
It's
fuck!
kinda like-
You might break your wrist or something.
Dude, it's kind of like From Dusk Till Dawn. When
Yeah.
Sex Machine was something say, because vampires are different. They're soft. And squishy. it's like, you know, that's what it is. Like, they are squishy as shit. I
Yeah,
guess.
like he even reaches his head inside of one, like rips.
couldn't you
his
just,
face
if they were that squishy, couldn't you just punch their fucking head off? You don't have
off. I would
to.
have like shocked off, man. I'm like, eee!
I did that shit from Jason, Friday the 13th. Like, how badass would you feel? Just like, clock, fucking, you know, they're like,
Knock
he's
their
so
head off.
strong. Yeah, just knocking their head off.
Well, that's another thing that was weird too. Like when they're on that fence there, like they're all on the fence there, and they're just like. There's like, I understand like the moral feel like because you just feel, even though they're fucking zombies, like they can't get to you. Like they're on the side of the fence, they're just stabbing them, they're stabbing them, and stabbing.
I guess you get like numb to it after a while. Like it just becomes another job. Like, you know, you got to clean up that dog shit that's outside.
Yeah.
You know, and the other guy that's in it, you know, he tells his girlfriend or wife or whatever, he's like, I can't do it face to face for some reason. It gets to me. I gotta I'm out in the wild and I'm shooting them. It's different. I don't know how that's a problem. Because I mean, after a while, I guess I'd be a sick fuck and I'd have fun. It's like, oh, it's like, oh.
I wonder if that has something to do with the airborne virus though, because there's so many of them, like bodies of zombies, like piling up.
It might be. I don't know.
And they're all right there, and I don't know if it's just I have no idea. But at the same time, I'd just be like, you know, you'd be joking about it for a while because you become numb to it. You'd be like, you got stanky breath.
You
know?
smell like asshole. But yeah, and another thing that
Your
happened.
breath smells like butt crust.
That is what is. Yeah, you know what Buckrest is. But yeah, so the other thing that was mentioned, kind of, they're looking for the governor still. They're on the hunt for the governor. It was only briefly touched on, so the governor's still out there because he got away in season 3. And Michonne makes an appearance. She comes back after staying with that blonde hair. I can't remember her name at the end of season 3. She comes back to help them out a little bit, but she says she's going back because she really wants to find the governor and cut off his dick. So that's it. That's the whole thing.
But then you got the kid that was in the Nightmare on Elm Street remake,
yeah.
and he's the only one who dies in that episode. Other than that, the like little kid that dies in the end of the shower. But that whole scene, I don't know what the big significance of the scene was, except for like
maybe it's like the airborne.
how they're dealing with deaths now. Because you know, I mean, at this point in the show, I like how when he came back to tell Daryl comes back to tell the girl, it's like, yeah, your boyfriend or whatever died, and she's just like, I don't cry anymore. I think that was almost their way of maybe saying, you know, this is a 4th season now. Every time someone dies, it's this big emotional thing, and we just kind of want to get over that.
Well,
now.
I mean, it depends.
You know?
It would depend because she was just that guy that died. It was just like a fresh boyfriend.
Yeah.
It only happened for. I guess. I mean, assuming they've been dating for 30 days because on her thing it's 30 days without incident. So
Yeah.
they've been dating for about.
But they're
a
so
month.
hard now. They've been through so much shit that when someone dies, like as viewers, you're like, yeah, everybody's got to cry. We got to mourn for a little while now before we get on with the series. And I think I guess they're trying to figure out a way to expedite that process.
I think most of them, because death is such a part of their lives now, it's all acceptance. I mean, they just accept that
Yeah.
that's a part of their life. That's a daily, risk. The Asian guy in it, the girl, his woman is not pregnant. That's revealed that she's actually not
Which is
pregnant.
good. I wouldn't want to bring a little kid.
That's what he said.
Yeah, and she's like, I don't want to stop living. I'd be like, I don't care about your stupid philosophy. I'm not trying to feed a child while there's fucking zombies out front. You know?
You could have pulled that fucking Ryan Reynolds from Amityville. It's like, when did you get so fucking stupid? Yeah, so I mean,
Goddamn babysitters are fucking idiots.
the whole wrap up. It was actually a really good episode. I mean, it flowed well. It was written well. It had great depth to it. You got some questions and you got some
I'm
answers.
still not sure where the series is going.
Well, it looked to me like it's going to be more focused on that philosophical thing. How far Rick's going to be willing, if he's going to still be able to maintain his integrity,
Yeah.
even if it puts everybody else at risk.
And
Because that was the whole thing. He shut down in season 3. He was like, I'm not going to take any more chances. I'm not going to take any more risks, and I got to be hard and vicious to get what I want to save the people that I need to save.
Yeah.
And then that's when he got fucked up. I mean, he went insane.
Oh, there's that, and whatever the hell that kid died from in the shower. Like, we don't know what
That's
happened
just,
there. I bet that bitch, I bet
That's an STD. He got one.
I bet that girl feels stupid that was like showing him how to work the knife. She's like, were you just going to give up every time you get in the wild? And then she finds him dead. She's like, oh, I feel sad. That's like when you're in 5th grade and you're like, can I use the bathroom? And they're like, no. And then you piss your pants and they're like, oh, I'm sorry.
Have you ever seen that happen? I was in class with this. That happened. The guy shit his pants because he was like, "I gotta go to the bathroom," and she was like, "You're not going." And he was like, "Can I please use the hall pass? I have to go to the bathroom." And she was like, "You're not going." And she was a bitch because she only let her select few people go. On most of those classes in high school. And he was like, "Okay," and he just sat there, dude. He farted. Dude, he had a fucking brow spot on his fucking pants. And he shit his pants on purpose. He's
That's
like, I told
nasty.
you. He's like, you wouldn't let me go to the bathroom, so now I just shit my pants. And then she's like, go to the principal's office. He's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom first. Dude, he shit his
Oh my gosh,
pants.
she was mad at him?
Yeah, dude, she was mad because he shit his
Oh,
pants.
you're in fucking trouble.
Dude, it was like 45 minutes left of class and he wouldn't let him take a dump.
Yeah, bastards.
But anyway, so another thing I was going to say, that kid goes to the shower. Wouldn't it have been funny if he was like, God damn enchiladas. He had a bad burrito. But yeah, so that it's got like I said, I got some pretty good questions going to it.
I'll give the opening a 7.5, 8.0. It's not bad. It's not great.
I like this episode's 8.5 for me because I really got it started improving. Like at the end of season 3, you got more action coming because for season 3 for me, some of it got boring throughout some of it because it just seemed like they were covering the same territory over and over and over.
Well,
again.
I liked it because the scene in the grocery store was badass looking. I
Yeah.
just don't feel like they really solidified or honed straight in on what the storyline of the series is going to be, which could be a good thing later on.
I liked
So-
it. I thought, for one thing, it got me really, really interested in what's going to happen because it gave you the right kind of questions. You're like, I want to know.
I want to know. So I'm Mike, he's Jay, and we'll see you guys. Or what's the question of the day? I mean, the question of the day is going to be, what do you guys think about this? Do you think, I know a lot of people got bored with season 3. Do you think season 4 is going to be better? Are you still watching Walking Dead? Are you excited about it? What would you like to see happen? Comment below. Let us know. I'm Mike, he's Jay, and we'll see you guys next time on
Eat some chocolate!
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie.